Welcome to Module 2 of Public Speaking Mastery. In this, I'm going to talk about overcoming stage fright. Now, stage fright is one of the most common challenges speakers face, but it is something that is manageable, especially if you use the right strategies. Let me share an experience of mine with you. I was in grade 6 when I had to deliver my very first speech on stage. My name was called. I stepped on the stage and suddenly I felt myself shiver. My voice trembled and I started tearing the paper in my hand. The paper which was my prompt in case I forgot anything. My heart was racing and my mind went blank. Are you familiar with this? I know it sounds like something you have experienced. So know that you're not alone. Every person goes through this phase. So now let's discuss, why do we get stage fright? It's a natural reaction rooted in a fight or flight response. What happens here is our brain perceives public speaking as a threat. So it begins triggering psychological changes. The good news is these reactions can be controlled. First, we would have to understand that preparation is our best friend. A thorough knowledge of your material actually will reduce the fear of forgetting. The second is deep breathing. Okay, so it is an immediate remedy in case you are scared. So, what do? Take a deep breath in and breathe out. So, again, breathe in and breathe out. So, when you are inhaling, count to 4, and when you exhale, count to 4. Now, let's try that. So, on the count of 3, let's try that. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in and out. Right? So this is something you can practice. And what does this do? It actually calms your nervous system. The next one is visualization. So visualization is a very powerful tool. Now close your eyes and imagine that you are delivering a speech flawlessly. And picture the audience smiling and nodding in agreement. Doesn't that look great? Yes. This positive mental rehearsal actually builds confidence. Now, let me share some examples with you which real world speakers have expressed. Most of them have admitted that they have severe stage fright despite of the success they achieve. They feel very nervous before performing or speaking. However, they cope up with all this through meditation and focusing on their passion. So, here it could be a passion to convince someone, a passion to be heard, a passion to achieve something, a passion for people to recognize you. So, whatever it is, dream that you are going to achieve that through your speech. Now, let us look at some of the practical tips. First one, shift your perspective. Always look at the audience as your friends and not critics. Not everyone is there to criticize you or find faults with you. Okay, so imagine that they are there to support you and you're going to learn from them in case they have additional views which they share with you after your speech. The second one is learn how to embrace your mistakes. Please understand that minor errors are not going to ruin your speech. Often, the audience are not even going to notice that you have made an error. There is something I always tell my students. If you have prepared something and if you remember that you have missed out some point during your speech, tell yourself that you prepared your speech and you know what you wanted to speak. However, audience on the other side are not going to be aware that you have missed a point. Isn't that great news? So don't be scared. And at the same time, in case you want to add the point, you can always tell your audience, I forgot to mention something important and I would like to add that. So now for tip number 3, warm up. Engage in light physical activity or vocal exercises to release the tension before you speak. Don't worry, I'm going to tell you how exactly you are going to practice that vocal exercise in order to relax the tension in your vocal cords or your voice before speaking. Because with practice, stage fright diminishes, leaving you free to focus on connecting with your audience.